Hello everyone, I'm Heather. Today is the 16th day, actually September? 16th? 15th?
Does our hotel have a pool?
Okay, bit of a kerfuffle. I've had to just end a vlog really quickly. So the 15th day, like when you see this on the 16th, the 15th day vlog will have ended like quite abruptly, and I apologize for that. But mainly we were gonna go to Spain and then it was cancelled at 3 in the morning, and then we weren't gonna go to Spain, and then randomly at like 10 a.m. we were like, actually we are gonna go to Spain and we're gonna leave in like half an hour. So it was a bit stressful. We just picked up the baby from school and we were talking to the receptionist, and I was like, I'm so sorry for this, and she's like, what part of Spain are you going to? Is it hot there? Book-wise, we're still working on Mouth to Mouth by Antoine. This is our unreliable narrator prompt round 2. I'm enjoying it. I'm about halfway through. So, we're at an airport. Well, actually, we're actually at an airport. We're in the airport parking lot. But, like, you know, in our book, we're at an airport as well. So this guy, he's sitting in an airport lounge waiting for his flight to not be delayed anymore. And he sees this random guy and he's like, oh shit, I know that guy from college when we were in film class. And the film class guy is like, hey, like, I know you, blah, blah, blah. And he starts telling him this story, like invites him into the sort of like first class lounge or whatever. They have a couple drinks. And he says, I'm gonna tell you this story. In that same phone class that I was in with you, there was this girl and I was in love with her and I asked her to marry me, and then we broke up. And around that same time, I saved this guy's life on the beach, just randomly, you know. And the narrator guy is like, shit, okay, I don't know where to go with this, but whatever. So they're just sitting in the lounge chatting. As this story's going on, it's getting like more and more clear that the guy telling the story was so interested in the guy that he saved after he saved him that he started like legit stalking him. First he was like, oh, I wonder what his life is like. Oh, I wonder if he recognizes me. I wonder if he wants to, you know, give me gratitude or whatever. And then he sort of looks into where he lives, he looks into where he works. He starts a job at the place where he works, you know, just to sort of know more about him. And it's like getting creepier and creepier. And I think now our narrator guy is like getting uncomfortable. He's like asking questions now. He's like, didn't you think that was weird?
Two toilets.
Oh, it's not 2 toilets. No.
What?
It's a bidet. Where's the light?
What's a bidet? What do you mean? That's a toilet.
No, that's the toilet. And that's a bidet.
What's a bidet? That's not real.
Babes, this conversation is getting very philosophical.
What is that?
Like, so deciding what things are real and what things aren't real.
Huh. Everything in the world is real. Even the world is real.
Okay, so while on the plane, I finished Mouth to Mouth by Antoine. And I think I'm gonna go with 4 stars on this one. I think this one's another like high 3 stars, low 4 stars situation, because I did really like it. Like the writing style is for me. I love this writing style. I love this author's sort of way they tell the stories. I love the way they describe the characters, like the way they describe scenes, the setup of the story being told through another person while waiting in like an airport lounge for a delayed flight. Like, I loved it. Love the crap out of all of that. However, I think I didn't like the ending or something. Like, did I like the ending? Like, I feel like I sort of get the ending. Do you know what I mean? Like, as if it's sort of about second chances and like earning your second chances and like the morality of I don't know, people being able to say whether you've earned your second chance. So like this guy, he saves this older dude's life, and then that dude, I guess, just goes on to ruin his second chance. Like he's just still a dick, you know? And so I guess the person then who gave him his life back, like, does he sort of have the right to decide whether he's used that second chance properly, you know? And I guess overall, is he able to then, you know, decide that he hasn't and take it back? I don't know, like, I feel like, you know, it's deep and I enjoyed that. However, I feel like the ending, just as a story ending, was a bit underwhelming. I don't know. Anyway, I'll definitely read something else by this author. I need to have a look and see if there's anything else because I really like the writing style of this author. Okay, so that one was the book for the 15th for today, okay? But because my vlogging got all fucked up, I apologize for that. Basically, this book was supposed to go in the last one. So now the book up to the actual 16th for this actual day situation. We're starting now. Actually, I've already started it. I started a bit of it on the bus. So it is Uncle Montague's Tales of Terror by Priestley. So I think this is actually a kid's book. But it's not reading like a kid's book, like in the beginning. Like it's sort of like playing off like, I think, like a Victorian style ghost story, like the writing. So I was like reading it on the bus out loud to Emma. I don't think she was getting it. Like I think the writing is like quite adult, sort of like Victorian sort of writing. So I kind of think it's for kids, but part of me doesn't think it's for kids. Part of me thinks it's, I don't know, just sort of quirky. I don't know, but I'm liking it so far. It's apparently, so this kid, he's got this uncle, this weird uncle who lives in a weird house at the end of a weird woods. And he's just sort of talking about him, and he's sat down now to get like stories of him. That's why he goes to his house, to get stories. The baby is shocked by the pure audacity of a completely empty park. Like this park is gorgeous, it's got loads of crap, it's really well maintained, and there's nobody in it. Like if this was in our neighbourhood where we live in Cardiff, it'd be overrun with munchkins right now. Like there'd be like 6 people deep in a queue for the swing. Like, can we talk about this bit of like Mallorca gold right here? Like this flyer that somebody handed to us and was like, you should definitely come see this show. What the fuck? Is that Hasselhoff? Oh my god. My book, absolutely loads. So I do think it is actually for kids, but I don't know for certain. Like I think maybe for YA, you know, sort of like older kids, not so much middle grade, because it is like a bit creepy and there are elements of it, I guess, just for older kids. Anyway, I'm loving it. It's all around this uncle. The uncle's like the bringer of these stories, and all of the stories that he's telling are based on some sort of object in his house. You know, like a doll or like a like a carved like demon object or something like that. So he like picks up the object and then he tells the story about it, and the kid thinks that he's just telling a story based on this thing he found in his house, when really I think the idea is that the uncle is telling literally the actual story of the object. And the stories are really good. Like one of them is about like a seance, like a team, these 2 women in a Victorian workhouse. In order to get out of the workhouse, they sort of like come together with this scheme to like con really rich Victorian women into thinking they can do seances and like, you know, invoke spirits to come down and talk to people. And it turns out that actually they can do that, and they do it for real on accident. So that one was really good. And there's also like a really good one, the very first one is about like an ancient yew tree. Like I love this idea of like the ancient yew trees sort of like being like sacred and magical things. Like you see them in really old sort of like medieval graveyards and they're super creepy. And this one had like a bunch of like metal, like gold and like jewelry and everything sort of like hammered into its branches up high, like as offerings to the yew tree, and there was like something in the bottom that was like a shadowy figure, like super creepy. Anyway, I'm really enjoying it. However, I'm only halfway through, but it's only 3 o'clock. So I'm definitely going to be able to finish it before today. The thing I'm not sure about is if I'll be able, like, to let you know about it later on today. You know, like, I don't know how long we're going to hang out in the hotel, if we're going to go out, if we're going to do stuff, if I'm going to have Wi-Fi. Like, it's just a whole bunch of, like, logistical things to do with, like, being on vacation in another country and stuff like that. So I think what I'm going to do, just while we're in Spain, I think we're here till the 20th. I think what I'm going to do is just sort of update you from the middle of the day. Just sort of like go from the middle of the day to the middle of the day. If I haven't finished the book yet, just sort of leave you on a bit of a hanger, like a cliffhanger. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry for that. I will finish the book today and I will update you tomorrow, but I think I'm gonna stop it here. And it's just until we get back, and then we can go back to sort of normal sort of stuff. But so I'm gonna finish that one today, and then tomorrow's book, so today's the 16th. 17th book, I think, based on just sort of like the logistics of being on vacation and not really knowing what you're doing or your plans, I don't want to, like, you know, mess about, and I don't want to mess with Shorty September, so I brought these ones. These like little ones that I can sort of like finish while I'm here for a day. So I think for tomorrow, what I'm going to do, which is my favorite one, Patricia Highsmith's Little Tales of Misogyny. So it does look really small. It's like, you know, it's a cute, like, little sort of book. However, look at the print in it. Like, it's not a tiny, tiny book. I call this, like, wait, how many pages is this? It's 100 pages in this format. I'd say this was like a sort of 60-page book normally, which is a tiny book, but not as small as sort of what you're looking at here. Anyway, if you have any questions for me, any thoughts, any comments at all, please let me know. I apologize for, like, leaving you on a cliffhanger, but I promise I'll let you know what's up with the book tomorrow. And, you know, yeah, talk to me. Have you been to Spain? Did you enjoy it? Is there anywhere near Palma I should go to while I'm here? How's your short September going? Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye, 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 bye.